You all know that feeling of building your house, mining for some diamonds, or exploring the endless world, and a subtle piece of music fills the silence, a soundtrack to your life in Minecraft. It always seems to blend in perfectly with whatever you are doing, and make the seemingly mundane aspects of the game infinitely more memorable and special. C418's music made Minecraft the game we know and love today, and whether you played it 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago, the music never becomes old or boring, no matter how many times we hear it. Daniel Rosenfeld, or better known as C418, is a German composer who had been using Ableton Live since the early 2000s. His interest in music and video game development led him to release his music on Bandcamp and write the soundtracks for several indie games. In 2009, C418 began working closely with Notch, the creator of Minecraft, and was responsible for the game's music and sound effects. He also worked on many other video games as a freelance composer and released his own albums alongside his work on Minecraft. With the release of Minecraft Beta in 2010, C418 released the album Minecraft Volume Alpha on Bandcamp in 2011. The success of Minecraft allowed Rosenfeld to quit his job working at an assembly line and pursue his music career full-time, resulting in the creation of the album 72 Minutes of Fame. Rosenfeld's musical style has been compared to that of Brian Eno and Eric Satie due to their minimalist and ambient musical styles. Despite his success in the gaming industry, Rosenfeld continued to release solo albums and has become a respected composer in his own right. So I've got a few questions. First of all, how did the music of an amateur German composer create such a big impact on Minecraft, a game played by millions of people around the world? How does the music never get old or boring, no matter how many times you hear it? And why doesn't C418 still write the music to the game today? And finally, what happened to the third Minecraft album? Is it ever going to be released? It's no doubt that Minecraft's soundtrack is loved by millions of people around the world. It seems to fit the game perfectly, and it would be hard to imagine a different soundtrack for Minecraft's ambiguous atmosphere. So even 13 or more years after the game has been released, the music never seems to get old. So why is that? Well, let's have a look at a few different tracks from the Volume Alpha album to see why this is. Sweden is a slow-moving ambient track that features piano, strings, and synthesized harp. The same chord progression is used pretty much throughout the entire piece of music, and each chord that is used is unstable. It never really feels like we're settled. The rhythm is very straightforward, which makes it easy to follow along with, and the melody's rhythm has enough variations in it to keep it interesting. The ambiguity of this piece fits perfectly with Minecraft's ambiguous atmosphere. It kind of just wanders around looking for somewhere to go, but not really going anywhere at the same time. And it simply just fades out at the end of the piece, looping that same chord progression, leaving us with an unresolved ending. The track Minecraft has a very similar feel to Sweden, featuring a piano, strings, and a glockenspiel at the end. The same chord progression is used all the way through this track as well, with a few exceptions, and also uses unstable chords which don't really feel like they're at home. The rhythm contributes to this instability because the chords don't really line up with the bars, and so it can make it difficult to find the beat. Once again, this track has an ambiguous atmosphere and feels like it's confused, but it does have a sense of movement to it. This piece only has the piano, which is slightly out of tune, and compared to the other two tracks, Wet Hands features many more harmonies, including more unstable harmonies, as well as some borrowed chords from outside the original key. The piece ends on a 5 chord, which is called the dominant, and the dominant chord wants to resolve to the 1 chord, but it never does in the end, so we're just left hanging with an unresolved ending. The melody features a lot of non-chord tones as well, which makes the piece feel even more unstable. So there's a few different reasons I think the music of Minecraft never gets old. The fact that the music isn't played continuously while you're playing the game makes it so much more special, because you don't know what piece of music will play next and when it will play. Because of this, each of us will have a different memory attached to each track, You might have been building your first house when you heard Sweden, or you might have been exploring a new biome when you heard Subwoofer Lullaby, or even just doing some farming when you heard Mice on Venus. Whatever it was, everyone has a different memory attached to different tracks. And as you continue to play Minecraft, you'll create new memories associated with each track. And the ambiguity of the music leaves the door open for different emotions to be felt for each track as well. You might have heard Wet Hands after your pet dog died in the game and felt lonely and sad, or you might have been revisiting one of your old worlds from many years ago and heard the same track, but this time you feel nostalgic as you reminisce on your old memories. C418's contribution to the music in Minecraft has made the game we know and love today, but it's been a while since we've heard any new music from him, so what's going on? The last tracks that were released were 3 singles from the Aquatic update in 2018, Dragonfish, Shuniji and Axolotl. A blog post by Thomas Wyborg on the 9th of April 2020 on Minecraft's official website explains the change of the Minecraft music team. But Minecraft, has grown to involve bigger teams and new games. So since about Update Aquatic, a number of musicians, composers and sound designers have brought their own sonic sensibilities to Minecraft, Minecraft Earth and Minecraft Dungeons. One of the main composers who has been writing music for Minecraft in recent updates is Lena Raine, and she's very well known for her music in Celeste. She released 4 new tracks in another update in June of 2020, including the tracks Chrysopia, Rubido, Soberlow and Pigstep. Mojang has been enthusiastic to introduce Lena Raine and allow her to include her style of music in the game rather than try to follow in the exact same music style of C418. Even Lena Raine said, "Writing good ambient music is often a pretty challenging exercise in restraint. There's so many opportunities to stand out that you need to pull yourself back from, because the music needs to sink in the background. I usually write extremely melodic music, but my first drafts for the nether pieces were actually pretty restrained when it came to the melodies. But I was delighted to hear back from the folks at Mojang who wanted to hear even more of my melodies, to make it really sound like me. So I gladly went through another pass and added some memorable passages that I hope get stuck in everyone's heads." Just as Minecraft has changed a lot over the past decade, so have the composers and the music, with C418 laying the foundation for the music and other composers putting their own take on it. One topic that caught my attention whilst researching this video was the unreleased 3rd album of Minecraft's music. We're all very familiar with Volume Alpha and Volume Beta, but there's actually a 3rd album that C418 has actually finished, but hasn't been released due to Minecraft's exponential growth and complications with Microsoft. In 2015, Rosenfeld hinted at a potential 3rd soundtrack. "I'll still work on Minecraft, so there'll probably be another album." 2 years later, he stated that the album was still far from done, but confirmed that it would be released in the future. Rosenfeld tweeted in 2017, "When I started making a 3rd Minecraft album, I didn't expect it to have this much work involved. I think I'm seeing the end of the tunnel," hinting that the album is close to being finished but not yet. The latest information that we have on the subject so far is from 2021, when Rosenfeld appeared on The Needle Drop, a podcast by Anthony Fantano. Unfortunately, there hasn't really been any official information on Minecraft's 3rd album, so we don't really even know if it'll be released at all. Bad Muchacho B uploaded a video at the end of 2022 going into further detail on this topic if you want more information. I'll put the link in the description below. The impact of C418's music on Minecraft and its community is undeniable. The ambient and soothing soundscape have provided millions of players with a sense of tranquility and immersion in the game's world. While it is unfortunate that C418 is no longer associated with Minecraft, we can look forward to the fresh sounds that Lena Raine and other composers will bring to the game. However, they will still try to maintain the game's signature vibe. The uncertainty surrounding the release of Minecraft's 3rd album is disappointing, but we can still hope for its release in some form. Nevertheless, it's heartening to see that Minecraft's music by C418 has remained an integral part of the game even 10 years later, and we can only imagine the impact it will continue to have on future players. I really hope that you enjoyed the video today and learned something new about Minecraft's music. Let me know in the comments below what makes Minecraft's music so special to you, and let me know what you think about the recent change of composers in recent years. By the way, I released a cover album of some tracks from Volume Alpha a few years ago, So if you want to hear your favourite tracks in a relaxing piano style, then you can listen to it wherever you listen to your music. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!